Welcome back, folks. Right. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. You can see it on the bottom of your screen right now. You can follow us on Instagram @Cape Rugby TV. You can see it on your screen right now. And if you've got a little bit of extra time, you can follow me on also on Instagram @JPNordia. You can follow my pursuits. Last week, or at least this weekend I went down to watch the match between Brackenfell and Unil and spend most of my time speaking to Unil Vs, who's been a legend at Unil. We were standing on the side of the field and catching up. And folks, big thanks to Unil for always, and to Carla Norkia for sending the video clips to us, and just I think a big thumbs up for everything that you do for club rugby. So Faisal is one of the things that jumped out for me. Just speaking there to Nolene, Carla was on the other side of the field. She was doing scoring. At the same time, I must say a big thanks to Mike Stachmeyer from False Bay for sending their clips in. But I was standing on the side of the field and I was just talking to Nolene for such a long time. And people were walking up and down there. It was packed with fans. But it just struck me again how many fantastic volunteers you've got that are next level in the world of sports administration that just keep giving back year after year after year.
No, definitely, JP. I think we're very fortunate. I think here in Western Province and at with the amount of administrators, the passion. I mean, we were busy with the under-20s, and Carla was also, helping and assisting in it, but at the same time still running the club. And I think we don't realize the amount of work and effort that goes, with the administrators in terms of running a club, from making sure the bar is stocked, making sure there's a source of income, making sure jerseys are washed, making sure administrative tables. So the list goes on. And I think, like I said, we sit here, we oversee, we manage, but I think from a club perspective, we must, give a hand and acknowledge all those administrators at the club that keeps it going,
Yeah.
I mean, listening to what's his name, Jerome as well. You've got Grant, you've got, all these guys that are involved in that there. So
yeah, I mean the list of, and the Jerome, I think on the sports administration side, the list of volunteers, like Faisal just said now, if I go through that sequence of Unimil, every club has got its legends that have been there for years looking after the club. So across all of the leagues.
Yeah, it's like Faisal was saying, like I was watching the game at Durban and Grant from Kales River came with the envelope, and I don't know, it's tickets or stuff that he must give to villages because villages are playing them this week coming. And that's how the administrators operate. And then, I mean, they don't sit still. I mean, for him to come to Durban and bring in the stuff.
I went to watch LCS Rivier play against Police a few weeks ago. And when I got to the side of the field, obviously there was Alice Michaels taking photographs and sitting together with Romeo Adams, the chairperson of LCS. There was Anslin April, a legend from LCS Rivier, together with Jerome. Folks that have been following their team at a club level. So the administrators and the fans that make the club structure work.
Yeah, no, I think, also, I mean, like Romeo and them with the newsletters that they got. I mean, I take note,
everybody's just doing more.
So, I mean, they're all going out there looking at opportunities, looking at how to get the edge and looking at how to keep, the club together, the community together, looking at how we're going to get sponsors, how they're going to, operate and survive. So, like I said, it's fantastic work that the guys are doing out there. And I think, again, from our side, we're very appreciative of what they're doing and, what's happening on the outside.
Well, I think a lot of sports structures out there, if they knew that you had all these expert club rugby administrators out there, they're going to snap them up and take them away. But of course, that's what makes it work, is their love for club rugby. Let's take a look now, folks. Second half highlights, Brackenfell, Unimil. Right, there we go, folks. Right, John, final thoughts then. Brackenfell, Unimil. Of course, Unimil, I think a lot of people expected Unimil to do it. They've had great momentum. But knowing Ishmael Dolly, he's playing the strategic game. Nevertheless, one way or the other, points for Brackenfell.
Yeah, points for Brackenfell. I think it was also good for Unimil. They got points out of the game, so that's important away game. So they got points out of the game. It could have gone anyway because both teams, it was pretty even.
Yeah. Right, folks, let's quickly take a look at your other results that came in on the weekend. Of course, in Super League B, we saw there that it was a win for Langa, 2017 over Belha. Franschhoek beating Kylemore, 30 points, 32-14. All Saints with a 1-point win over Strand, 14-13. Big derby. And then, of course, Vineyards beating Primrose in what one could consider conceivably another derby, 21-19. And then SK Warmers with a big win over Young Peoples. In Super League C then, folks, we see that it was a win for Kraaifontein over Masipumalele. Van der Stel went down to Macassar. Scottsdene went down to Hamadias. And then Paneel Villages beating Blue Stars 26 points to 14, while Goodwood drew with Busy Bees. And then Blue Jets with a narrow win over Eerste Rivier. A couple of very close calls there this past weekend, folks, and yeah, we'll analyze that in a second or so. But of course, remember, Decro Paints is on board with Cape Rugby TV. Decro, of course, brings paint to life. And if you want to find out more about Decro, and of course, remember, folks, waterproofing is, of course, important now. You need to be thinking about waterproofing. But every week, Decro gives us a couple of useful tips on how you can apply the products to make sure that it does, in fact, bring paint to life. And this week we'll take a look at preparing a damaged plaster wall. There we go, folks. Decro Paints, of course, Decro brings paint to life. And remember, you can visit Decro at the www.decro.co.za, or you can go down to their store at N1 City. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to be doing your Infinetics match barometer, as well as take a look at your results and fixtures. Back in a sec.